Hello and welcome back to the Shiny Hunting Every Dark type Pokemon in the month of March. We are back in Sword. We know it's the bad game for this, but you know what? Let's see the map first this time. We're going to see whether Absol is going to show up. I always feel like it's the one that's going to really cause me trouble. We had a little bit of good weather for it last time, but let's see if we can get some luck again. It looks like it's a no. As we said, it only turns up in the snowstorms, and the Giant's Foot was terrible when we looked there last time, which is also annoying. Okay, so we're not going to be doing absolute simple as that today. So let's focus on our Zigzagoons and Nickits then. As we see, Nickit has made its debut in Pokemon Go. I haven't found a shiny in there yet. I think if I do find a Go shiny, I'm going to include it in my total. Probably not the smartest idea, but it'll work, right? I think it's very rare. I generally find maybe one shiny a week, but usually one of the events. So there's that. Otherwise, it's just one of those where things will turn up sometimes and not the other time. Nickit is the one I'm most interested in getting shiny, if I'm honest. Mostly because, well, it's an awesome shiny, and it's one of those that's got released and has never really had much love. So let's face it, Gala got unfair criticism. People didn't really like certain things about it. And a lot of the Pokemon never got into Paldea, so they sort of got forgotten. Well, that's the sad thing about it. Which is why we're here, because the ones that we can't get in Scarlet and Violet, we've got to go here for. And our list is the Zigzagoon line, Nickit, Kavana, Absol, Pangoro, and Purloin. They're the lines that we need. I believe that's it in here. I've forgotten, like, I've got a full list, but until I get more than one, I'm not going to worry too much. Because let's face it, until we get that one, we don't have anything to run for. And that's the goal. There is a couple of legendaries we could get in DAs, which would be nice, but I currently don't have either of them pathed out, so if anyone has them, I'll be delightful if we could share. But if they don't, we don't. It's not the end of the world. Kika, what's going on, brother? How's Australia? And welcome into my shiny hunting. We are doing pre-games at the moment where we're just trying to get the dark types, and this is the worst game for it because it's all about trying to find the random encounters, and they are hard to get. We still haven't actually got a single one in this game. So yeah, that's how well this is going. When we play the other games, we're getting plenty of shinies. Thank you. I want this fox basically to be shiny. That's the main one we're after. We have got a few, as we said, but this place is a nice area because technically there's 5 things I can catch here. So that's the goal, to get one of these 5 minimum. Everywhere else I'm playing for just 1 in total, which is not ideal for this challenge. But we tend to go live around this time each day. We're currently doing 6 days a week, which seems a bit too much, but we do 2 games. Well, we've got 3 games, we do 2 days a week. So we've also got the Scarlet and Violet one, which is a lot easier because you can see everything. And we have the Legends Arceus one, which is the crazy one. No worries, most of the people that come in don't actually know much about Pokemon. Especially from the DMG crew. They know the basics, but that's about it. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to build somewhere where people can enjoy ourselves and watch some Pokemon stuff. And the storylines are not the most detailed, shall we say. But we may be doing some of them in the future. But for now, we just continue our Zigzagoon hunt and Nickit hunts. Okay, that might be a bug. That is a bug. Because yesterday we managed to get ourselves a Shiftry and a Puchiana. Yes. Which we haven't added to the collage, but I was running out of room anyway. Okay, that's going to be bad. That's okay, there's another one we could get that's shiny here. So that's good. At the end of the day, these games are quite easy to play without needing to put full concentration. And the idea is just to play and chat with people. Like, there's not too much more than that. Like, it's not a game where I need any reactions, except when I get chased by sharks. But for the most part, they're just casual little games that you can have a bit of fun playing. The main reason we ended up streaming it was I wanted to do these challenges anyway, but I would have been recording it, so I thought why not do the streaming it as well. And if people come in, I am hunting for shinies, yes. This month, when I've been doing these challenges, so I sort of made up the idea in December to do 31 hours in one game, so an hour a day, which meant a bit longer than the 31 days in December, but the idea was to do 31 hours, then it was 100 of something to get shinies in another game. So for March I thought I'm going to hunt for every type of a Pokemon, which I felt like it would be fun. And at the end of the day I'm going to make a shorter video than the last two. The last two I tried to trim down the shinies, but I did a really bad job at it, so they're like an hour and a half long videos, so they're terrible. But I'd rather have something bad that I can improve on. I know it is. I know it's very hard to catch them. But for this one, we're going to do a video at the end of all the shinies, and I've sort of been editing it as I go along, and it's only about 3 minutes long. So I've really trimmed it right down, so it's just like we got this, instead of watching every catch happen, which isn't very good. Like, you don't need to see every catch, you just need to see the sparkle, and that's it. But it's become easier to catch shinies as the games have come along. As we said, with Scarlet and Violet, you see everything on the screen. So when you are shiny hunting, you just got to look for the one that you need, because most stick out. Some don't, but most stick out in their crowds. But this game doesn't have any of that. You literally just got to run into everything and see what's shiny. And I tried doing a bit of this in my free time and got very, very bored. So I don't mind. As I said, I wanted to try and do this on here, so if you're doing something with not much happening that you need to pay attention to, you can still chat away, and that's what I feel these challenges offer up. Pokemon Go was fun back in the day. It still has the basic idea of being good. I still think it's one of the best mobile game ideas. I think that's the best way to put it. I think it's genius that they've made a game that encourages you to do more exercise. That's great. I think more games should do that. but it's very limited for what you're doing on it. Like, I still do like about a half-hour-ish walk a day just to see what happens and just to complete the task, build up coins and stuff, and then I switch it off pretty much. That's about as far as I do. Like, even the proper like release, I didn't play it. I did like that sort of basic, like when I used to drive to work, I used to stop and just spin a stop to get one for the daily totals, and then I didn't touch it again. But I did a lot of walking, and they upgraded the walking as such, so you could actually have the game off and it would register your steps more. When it first got released, they hadn't linked the two, which was very frustrating because I had to leave the phone on all the time to hatch eggs. But it's one of those fun, like, there's a couple like mixed off from it, hasn't there? They've had like the Pixelman or Pikmin Monster Hunter and a few others that I've never tried, but they were sort of spin-offs to play into what people liked. I think there was like a Jurassic Park one, a Harry Potter one, I think. Some didn't do very well, but Go still makes a lot of money. I know it's just been sold for 3.6 billion. So it's being bought by the Monopoly Go company, or the whole of the Niantic branch. But it's still going to be Niantic making the games. It's just that the Monopoly Go people own it now, so they get more of the money. But they've said that there's definitely not going to be pop-ups. But we'll see. We've got plenty of time to see whether that happens, let's be honest. But are you ready for some Jackbox today? Thank you for coming in, and I'll probably see you in Dan's stream later, putting some frogs in the chat, or some ease. But have a good day. You don't need to download it. It's you don't need to do anything other than be able to go to a website. Only Dan needs to buy it. So Dan will buy it, and when you're on stream, you go to jackbox.tv. You could do that now if you want, and you sort of he'll have a code that you put in, and you put your username in, so you can call yourself whatever you want. I would imagine you would use our real online names, but that's all you need to do. You don't need to buy anything to play it. Because I played it with someone else at the weekend on their like anniversary one. So if you're not going to play it on a stream for yourself, don't buy it. So, but no worries. I'm worried that people may start buying it thinking they need to, but only Dad needs to buy it. Because it's sort of like a host. It's a bit like Cards Against Humanity. From what I saw from playing it, you've just got to put a bit of a silly answer into a question and see if people pick your answer or not. Anyway, have a good day. I will see you somewhere later today. Thank you for coming in. Right, so Ziggy doesn't want to be shiny, so is there any Nickets down here? There is a Nicket. Let's see. Nicket, come back here. I'll probably still do what I've been doing, where we'll go for the pandas in a little bit. We'll do like our normal, like half an hour or so. And that seems to make sense to me. So it worked in the past. Like, of course, we don't get anything shiny, but it makes it a little bit more manageable. Like, as we said, I get very frustrated shiny hunting in this game. I don't know. I picked it because I want Nickit most. That's the only reason we're doing the Dark type Pokemon. But I could have just done, I'm going to shiny hunt Nickit until I get it. But we've also mentioned that in all my time random shiny hunting in this game, I have only ever got 3. I am hoping that I may find someone who has a DA available for me to get Yveltal or Guzzlord. I should check the Discord because I've been asking people for help. I should also ask the lady who I've been who gives you some other pass. See if she's got one for me today. No answers in here. Okay. Okay, never mind now. No, you've voted for me. Well, we should double check that actually, because if she has it, then that's one less. She won't do Guzzlord because I haven't unlocked the Ultra Beasts. Because I haven't finished the Reggie storyline. I've been working quite hard to get that done. Basically, I just need to do a little bit more to get the Reggies. I'm trying to shiny hunt them, that's the problem, and it's 1 in 4,000 on the Reggies, I believe, and I've got Reggie still. But not the other 3, which I need Rock and Ice before I can do Lecky or Drago, which I haven't decided which one I'm doing. I don't know. If I set it up right, we could do... the thing is, I'm toying with using all of my gold coins to buy the DLC for Shield, because I've already got it for Sword. And they're getting rid of the gold coin purchases, so I'm thinking I may use, like, it's only about £3 or £4 I've got, but it's gonna get wasted otherwise. So I thought maybe do it from that. Like, I get all the extra Dynamax adventures, and then I could push. Like, I'll go and get the shiny charm and everything. Hello, Kim. How are you today? We are back here, not getting our shinies, of course, because the game hates me. We know we can't get Absol today because there's no weather conditions for it. I think I'm okay. I still just keep going. This seems to be my happy place at the moment. Doing the shiny hunting. I did do a load more on Legends Arceus last night, which we said we kind of try and do between, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to do a session on there tomorrow, which I don't usually do Fridays, but whatnot. I'm not doing Saturday this week, so why not do Friday? Yeah, just the usual, you know. It's one of those where when I'm here I'm happy, everywhere else is very difficult. But that's a lot of other things. That isn't for stream talk today. I am here for the shinies, and that's what I want to find. As I said, I kind of want to push myself to start doing longer streams. I really do. Because as we said, we've seen we're doing a few bits of content here and there now, where we're going to do some of the pack openings in the TCG. I've set them up so a video goes live at 3 o'clock every afternoon UK time. So that's going to be the best idea for me. Thank you. Don't worry, I know where things are if I need them. I've got things to do at the weekend, which should help a lot. There's a few birthdays coming up between me and my friends, so I have most of my friends. We all have birthdays in batches. So our batch is over the next week, and we have other ones that are like, one of the craziest ones we have is from about the last week in July to the second week in August. There is about 6 birthdays. I don't know how everybody seems to just end up together. And that's good, you've got something to celebrate. I always don't really do much for my birthdays now, ever since the lockdowns. I was looking forward to going out. You know, it's like you get all like, yeah, I'm going to go and do something. And they were all building up, and then about the weekend we were going out was when everything closed, and it was really annoying. And I haven't really done anything since. but I don't give the proper dates out unless I decide I'm going to do a specialised stream on the day. I'm not sure if I will. I may stream on the day, but I won't say when it is. But as I said, I want to start doing longer sessions, because I think the longer you go, the more people can come in and see. But then I also feel like I need to do a few more games here and there. I think if I did Nuzlocke, I probably would do longer, because you're doing a lot of continual storyline work. Yes, I know that feeling. In a weird way, I always sort of did stuff for mine. I always booked like 2 weeks off to do stuff. Mainly because it was the end of the financial year as well. Beginning of summer, or beginning of spring sort of thing. I always used to go out on do crazy nights out. But they slowly just became a little bit more boring as time went on. One of my favourite ones, karaoke. We did karaoke once, and I fell off the stage afterwards and managed to hurt both my ankles. Which was very fun. It was fun. It wasn't as fun in the morning, but it was fun on the time when it happened. But that karaoke bar closed, which used to be like our old sort of end of night haunt where we would just go and relax before going home. Like our nights out, we used to go to a bit of a student bar, but not quite a student bar, just a cheap bar that showed sport. And then we would go to some of the a bit busier, and then we would end up in the karaoke bar. Not actually sing ourselves, we would just go in there because it was a chilled late night place. But the first bar had a fire and never reopened. Above it, not actually in the pub itself, but they never reopened it. And the karaoke bar closed. So most of our best places are gone. Like, our town is really bad for clubs now, or bars. There's a couple of like the branded ones. So you've got like Weatherspoons, but they have no music or sport. The sport ones are good. Like, we've got some pool ones which are nice. We've got O'Neill's, which is a nice pub but expensive. But most of my friends used to be smokers, so we had a lot of, especially in the spring to summer, autumn, you just sit outside all night having a drink and it's nice. But you know yourself, you'll learn that when it comes to the winter, it's horrible going out. Because it's just cold. Good morning, Wolfie. How are you? Hopefully things are good. I did see your story saying you might be taking a little bit of a break, so hopefully things aren't too bad. We're going for foxes today though, not wolves. That's the one thing. And I can't remember if I've got the right game. I'm okay too, as we said, just plodding through these shinies and seeing what happens with these, see if we can get something for once in this game. As we've struggled and struggled and struggled in this game. It's one of those where I put a lot more time into the streaming. I would probably try to push for 4 or 5 hours on here, but I run out of patience on this game. A lot. And that's why I've never been an old school shiny hunter. I think that's the best way to put it. But still, we keep going. If we get it, we're very happy. And it will definitely be used on every single social platform that we finally got a shiny. But as we said, we want the fox. The fox is our goal. It's the only reason we're doing the whole challenge. It's because I want this one shiny. It's something I started hunting last year, but I never got. Well, I was hunting this and the sheep, but we can't do the sheep in this challenge. And it recently got released in Pokemon Go, which was nice that they decided to release the thing I'm after again, because the sheep got released in Go and I caught one that was shiny within about the first week. Come here, Zigzagoon. Nope, raccoon, come here. You're not a raccoon. You're an evil little bug. And the probability was Bob. Bop. There we go. That's what we need. Yeah, I can't remember if it's this game or the other game that does the... When you go and hunt for Pikachu and Eevee, they actually say their cries out. Ooh, a brilliant aura Zigzagoon, but it's not a brilliant shiny, sadly. Right, we're going to do our normal thing where we're going to clear this area and then go somewhere else for a while. We've done about half an hour here. As I say, I always like to jump between areas because I get a bit bored of the same hunt in this game. I almost treat them the same as the sandwiches, don't I? Okay, all bugs and all bugs, okay. So I think if I go here, this is the... I got to be careful because I might not have fought all the trainers here because I was lazy. I was speed running this game to make it a shiny one. Let's see, do we hear an Eevee or a... Sadly, it's the wrong game for that one again. Even though I sort of thought it was a shiny to start with. I thought, why is the alarm going off? There are no shinies in this game. Let's just see if they're one. See what goes off. Is it... As I said, I kind of speedrun this game because I just wanted the shiny jump. That's something I really want, that main entry, or that, whatever it's called. I always forget what they're called. But we're not getting anything here, sadly. We'll go to the wild area then. It's worse if it's actually in the Legends Arceus game, because it means I do actually have to stop and look. And if I have to stop and look, and it's not easy when you're colourblind as well, but luckily there should always be a visual. So if you get it at the right spot, it's very good. But if it's like a big open area like this, say for example, I should not get tricked because I'll visibly see everything. You want to try and get someone when they're either over cliffs, like running up a hill where they can't see anything. So we have Pancham in the ice again. What do we have here? Don't really want to do them because we actually got that line done yesterday. Shall we see if there is a Pangoro? Is there a Pangoro? This looks like it's going to be a bad day. We are going to have to stick to Zigzagoons. Or do we go fishing? Oh no, we don't want the big teddy bear. Unless it's this big teddy bear. Nope. We got that yesterday. Yep, nothing in there. Oh, this is not good. We don't need the ghosts. Ooh, zip, 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 zip. Around we go. What else is here? What do we have here? Everything is the same thing. I don't like this. I don't really want to hunt in the snow. That's the main thing. The snow, because in this game it actually damages. It's a lot harder to do the proper hunting like I need to.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Okay. I only get one of this one, so I have to check it every day, just in case. But as we said, we sped run through a game just to get the shiny charm in this game. So what do we have here? Gloom. And Benaries, okay. Not ideal. Let's try this side. We may have a quick go at the fishing then at this rate. Okay, we do have a few purloins. Do a couple of these. Nice little one. We'll start with this and we'll have a little look around here. Oh yeah, this one has the Drapions, which we've already got, or the Skorupies at least. Not ideal for what we're doing. So let's just keep on going. I won't stick around this area, I don't think. So the only other really dull thing I can do is setting up some eggs. I don't really want to do. Sandstorm, okay, we're definitely not staying here today. Let's go over here. We'll do a very short round of fishing, see if we get... We'll do what we did last time. We'll fish until a brilliant aura, and then we'll head back. What do we have here? We have ciphers, okay. Well, we don't need to worry about the rest, but... Pincer, sorry buddy. We will head to here. This seemed to be a nice little fishing spot. We're getting a lot, but it's more, can we get one that's shiny? Now, I said before I've done a lot of good fishing in X and Y, but not in this game. I've still never got any shinies. Welcome in, boy from Belgium. How are you doing? I'm okay for now. Back to us long suffering on this game. How did the DAs go yesterday? What do you mean, what you fought when you were younger? That's good. We're back to full function, and I did see you did a little stream yesterday, I believe. Some DAs and a bit of Mario Kart, was it? I haven't actually loaded up my Mario Kart in about a year. I used to join another streamer who used to do host nights with a big little team. So yeah, we were usually the people that came last. Well, Kim, the world has changed a lot in the last 20 years. Let's put it that way. Fair enough. As I said, I literally just played it with one show. I bought all of the extra tracks. I did all of the whole lot, and I never got any of it. And the only time I played was with them. I did a little bit with another friend offline, but it may be something we do one day. But the problem with doing open games is all you need is one person that is absolutely better than everyone, and it kind of makes it boring. I know that sounds harsh to say, but if we've seen it ourselves when a friend to the channel's done a community day, some random person's come in and literally destroyed everyone, and it's just like, that isn't fun. And I worry the same will happen with Mario Kart, because I'm not very good at it. Even when I went online just to play random games, like, you usually have one person that just excels. Yeah, but we've said to you before that kids don't really know anything when they're young. It's what happens when you grow up, you learn a lot more. Every situation in life, the best way to solve it is to take a step back and see their point of view. And then have a discussion. Don't only put your point of view forward. And then suddenly you can see where they're coming from. It's a very fun, like, if you have a good friend you can have that sort of conversation with, you kind of just make up sides. Like, we've done it, me and my friend, we can have a drink and we'll sit down and we'll have a discussion about something, and we'll probably both be on the same side in the long run, but we discuss it as if we're on both sides, and they're very fun little conversations. Who is your choice of driver in Mario Kart? I always used to pick Waluigi. Because it's Mario Kart and Mario Party I would love to do. Like, online games with people. Because, like, Mario Party is a good little fun game. Like, I still remember actually playing it on the N64, where we would just go round, and I think it was usually 3 of us, maybe 4 sometimes, playing the old ones, and you could just sit there and basically troll each other. It was one of the reasons why I used to love the N64. The actual party games, I never personally enjoyed solo story games on the N64. I just love the multiplayer games. And we used to play hours on them. It was crazy. But over the years, everything, like, we tried a bit on the Wii, but because, as we said, if you go online, there's usually someone that just destroys you in the racing games, or they're cheating. Most of the time they're cheating. Well, the latest Mario Kart has every format of the Mario Kart games in. So that's why it's really fun. Like, that's why it pretty much is what people call like the release title. So when you buy a Switch, you generally get Mario Kart with it. I did buy the wheel for it for this, but I didn't really like it. I still prefer playing like proper controllers as such, rather than just the Joy-Cons. Because you can like take the Joy-Cons off and play like 2-player, and use one Joy-Con each. Just a nice little touch that you have with the Switch you don't have on the Xbox or the PlayStation. These controllers either go onto the sides and you have a proper Switch, or you can just do it the other way. It's just as long as you don't throw them. My original one has a weird habit of wanting to switch itself on all the time, because these are like my backup. Well, I bought 2 new because I broke one of the Joy-Cons a bit, or the grip on it. But one of the old ones, I disconnected it and I put it down, and every time it's just sat there flashing the whole time. It just drains its battery without even doing anything. Is that every single... That's all the proper consoles you've got, is it? Because you're collecting them all still, aren't you? Well, if she has the online and she has Mario Kart or Party, Jamboree, if we do them on stream, you're welcome to come and play. The thing I most wish Mario Kart Online had would be if you could get 4, 5, 10 even, whatever, the number you want it to be, friends, and you could have a tournament rather than just pick a race one at a time. It sort of adds your points up, but people can drop in and out, and it's a bit naff, really. I always found. Well, I never saw it when we tried it online. We just sort of joined an open lobby as such that we picked who was in it, but between each race, people could join or could leave, even if it was like friends codes and stuff. So whoever was there longest was always nearer the top. I didn't know if you could do a flat 4 race, no one could join. People left, they left, it's their choice. Well, it depends what the online bits you have for Nintendo is. That would be the best way to put it. If you had the family pass, you would just make your own profile, yes, and you would be online. But if, because it would be a bit naive to give yourself a personal one and them a personal one. It still works the same for online. Pretty sure they both work the same. The only difference is you can't play yours on a telly. That's the only thing the Switch Lite can't do, is be docked properly, because you can't take the controllers off or the Joy-Cons off, can you? It's a proper handheld system. That's why it's always a little bit cheaper. But I will have to investigate the Mario one. Because if you have the normal Switch as such, that's when you can stream it. I don't think you can stream the Switch Lite, because you need to be able to dock it to stream it like this anyway. And that's what I mean by the Mario Kart. But it's one of those where we've seen it with a lot of these like party games. They seem to be like, let's have a race, so someone would have to write down the scores, and I just would love it if you could just do like the tournaments you do on 4 races, winner takes all sort of thing, but then if you get the same group of people, you kind of know we're going to focus on doing 4, then maybe you could close the lobby and reopen it with a new code. Guess that's something you could do. But you kind of ask the people you know that are in there for people you know, just to try and keep things the same. Because that's like, even like the older ones, you used to do that. What's happened, Kim? And why is your one gone? Oh, your sub did expire. Or is that the Ninja one? I didn't think it had gone through. Sometimes they're a bit weird because of February's date makes things a bit more confusing. But we really need a new game so we can bring in lots of people to enjoy the story with us. I feel like if I did like a Mario Party open one, I'd probably get a load of people to come and join. That's what I thought would happen. But just be careful with your subs. Go through your subs and either switch off auto renew, so you personally pick whether you're renewing. Whenever you sub to anyone, don't just leave it on auto renew, because all you need to think is somebody you sub to and then you don't ever watch again. And if it's on auto renew, you'll just keep resubbing and you'll get your bank statements and go, why? Now I've even switched off auto renew on Dan, and that's not saying I'm not going to resubscribe, it's just my way of making sure I know when I'm resubscribing, if that makes sense. That's the best way I can put it. But the more people that come in, the better it will be as well, because then more people will come and enjoy the content and hopefully want to join the journeys in the shiny hunts, or the Nuzlockes, or maybe even Dragon Quest monsters if we do that online. You don't have to, though. I'm not going to make anyone sub. As I said, my pure goal was to make videos that I would be recording anyway. But I thought if we were here, people come in and chat, we can chat, and it won't matter if I get nothing. Like, we're 45 minutes in, I've seen nothing shiny, and I've not really complained that much like normal, because there's been people here chatting away about different things. Like, Kika was even here earlier, as well, first time. So we've seen a lot of people coming, like, and that's like what the joy of these games are, like. It's one of those things that I've always personally enjoyed. When I used to play Football Manager, I would have a couple of friends, and we would play the games ourselves, and then the next day we'd go and see each other and say what we've done and how well our season's gone, etc, etc. And I used to love doing that. Oh no, you've lost your Psyduck. They might go eventually. I'm not sure how it works. I only see 5 show up on my side. So I'm guessing next time you refresh it you won't get them anymore. The first 5. You only get... You get the Poliwell map. Yeah, you don't get them on mine. I don't get... Your Psyducks aren't showing up. But I may fiddle them around. I don't really want the Bulbasaur and Kakuna as the same one. I would rather them split up a bit more. It's because I was trying to put more and more on and ended up just not really putting them in any particular order. Because I didn't really understand what I was doing. I thought I could put more than the 10. Poor Psyduck. You don't even get my Squirtle anymore either. Oh no. How is your average looking nowadays? Has it gone up more? Because I know that you've had people trying to push you as well for your average viewership. I meant Kib's, because Kib's been trying for affiliate for a while now, but the average viewership is struggling because of the Kib does a lot of Fortnite ones, which don't always get too many people in at the times, but there's a group of people now already helping push for the affiliate. So you must be getting pretty close, but I'm guessing, I don't know how... Have you reached the affiliate yet, or are you still on the grind there? Because that one was the one that was causing me the most trouble, the average watch time. But then somehow didn't really mind because I was slowly building everything together. So I started by, if I got 2 new follows each couple of times, we hit the 50 right when we actually hit the 3 viewers. But the recording or the time was never a problem. Just remember to make sure that there's some form of Pikachu in the video, then Wolfie will stay for the whole time. And don't hurt wolves. But the more you spend on Twitch with other people, the more you find people that just want to help people and support each other. And once you hit the affiliate, that's where you sort of work. You can work backwards almost, where you don't have to do the same as what you were doing. Because you can't lose it, that's the best thing about it. But then there is also the stories that they may be ditching the affiliate thing completely. And I'm not sure how close that is to happening. Which would be, I think, it's a double-edged sword, because it is a bit unfair for the people that have worked and worked. But I don't think somebody should be able to set up an account and have affiliate within a couple of days or a day. Or be able to get subs and bits the first time they log on. It wouldn't be so bad if it was somebody who was streaming for X amount of time. But then they have to do the other thing. I think the affiliate program can also get rid of potential bots and stuff. So it's a strange one, like why? But we know it's to make money from their end, as they get like half your sub money anyway. At the moment you do, but I think what they're saying is Twitch sort of announced that they may be just getting rid of it completely, and like you can set up an account day one and put subs and bits on from the start. But they sort of put a very strict term of most accounts. So that's the thing that's a bit... It's got a few people a bit riled up and a few people excited that they could actually get what they've been working for. But because the average viewer one is the hardest thing to get. Are you on... Wolfie, are you on Xbox or PlayStation or PC? No, I wouldn't say PC because you want a laptop. Are you on Xbox or PlayStation when you do your games? It's one of those sort of middle grounds I find, because you can sort of be good at doing console gaming and it's how you play the game that draws the audience. Like when I first came to try and do this, I wanted to do everything no face cam or anything, just commentary. Mainly because laptops are very hard to work from when you're trying to fit all of the sockets in. So I had to get like a USB port hub to do it. So it literally has the camera, the microphone, the mouse. And there's a Ray guy. See, Ray's a perfect example. Ray, you usually stream off your Xbox, don't you, Ray? Or have you fully gone to their PC now? I know I saw you mention something about paying for a gaming PC. And the grind that got you to where you were. But as if you're entertaining, it's not a problem to get people to follow you. It's like, it just depends what you're doing as your games, doesn't it? That's an expensive computer. My combined laptop prices for my two laptops was about 400. So at least you can do it with a budget, I guess. But I can't play the good PC games. Have you ever done the facecam side of your streams or not? Because Kim, for you, would you end up doing just the capture card off your Xbox into a PC, or would you try and do PC gaming? Very nice. Are you planning on doing some more PC games? I think you mentioned you do a bit of Fortnite, but I know where you're doing DAs and Mario Kart. Oh, so you're saving up for it as such. So are you playing off your Xbox still? But once you get all the equipment together, the basic camera isn't too expensive, but it's more planning, like, do you want the pressure? If you don't want the pressure, don't push yourself. That seems like something I probably would have liked playing back in the day. I used to be a big Crash Team Racing fan over Mario Kart though. For me, when I tried PC streaming, the only thing I've ever streamed that was a proper PC game was Football Manager. And that was just a mic job, which was fun. Like, but it's one of those where I think you really need a bigger audience to do that. Very nice. My camera was designed for my film reviews that I was going to do recordings on, and then I never did them for a few months or a few years. So then nothing really came from that. What do you reckon is going to happen first, Ray? Are you going to go for 900 or are you going to get your PC? I see that you seem to be growing every time you do a stream, which is good to see. As we love that your community comes together. And you have a nice little team of people that like to play. Most people that are going to be streaming aren't going to be happy with what they look like, put it that way. And that's just the way things are. I don't really like doing the camera that much. It's just trying to find, if you have the camera, people can almost relate to who they're listening to. That's the only reason you have it. Also, you can twerk, one of the two things. Yeah, you'll need to be fully alert for later today. Yeah, the hot tub streams. There we go, Kim. I still don't quite get how they fit into the terms and conditions on it. But I know everybody was laughing at how long I'd had my Twitch account in the chat the other day. And apparently I've had it for nearly 10 years now. And I was looking at, I think it puts them in order of who you were following the longest. And it was definitely all the Supercard lot. Because I've nearly reached 4 years on Dan's. But I think it was the couple who were slightly bigger at the time that were the first two people I followed. One of which is the Irish one, but not the almighty Ray. I also saw, Kib, you've put out mod forms in your thing. In your Discord. It's just a baby account. So, we've nearly made it to 10 years. I didn't even realise I was playing Supercard back then, but I can't have been. I don't even know why I would have made an account that long ago. That's the thing that confuses me. What was even on Twitch that long? Well, as I said, the ones I was following, the first people I followed was JB and Funky, which I imagine had something to do with the drops in Supercard when they were passing the parcel or such, which was quite fun. Which was the good drops. They were the best drops that Supercard did. I might give up on fishing soon, but I was hoping we would get one brilliant one. Yeah, we only really started doing this properly in December. Like, I had done very few odd teaser ones here and there where I didn't really do much. And I had about 9 followers from that. I didn't, as I said, we've done... But the thing with Ray is, it's a different... Ray's been on for a lot longer. He's only been following me for that long. Ray's account's 10 years old. Ray has the oldest account here. He probably made Twitch, that's what it really is. But as I said to you, the best thing you could do is that Marvel one that you did absolutely blew your numbers right up. If you did 2 hours on Marvels with your 10 viewers, that would be perfect. Like, as like you even hear like Dan tell you, it's sort of when if you're really pushing for it, don't play the games that have low viewers. Play the crazy ones that are just gonna draw people in for a couple of streams, hit the viewer number because you've got the followers, and then as soon as you've got it, you can't lose it unless you do something illegal or against TOS, which is very difficult to do. But I think I was very lucky that when I started doing this, I ended up bumping into 2 main communities that look to support everyone. Like, we had Dan's community and I had the trainer lounge, and everybody jumped in to support each other. So even if they were just here to lurk in the background, they were there, and suddenly my numbers went up. I think we've only, like, apart from probably Boy from Belgium and maybe 2 or 3 others, no one else has come from any of the other backgrounds. That's what I kind of want to build. A nice little community. But I believe most of the people I've come from before aren't as big a fan of the franchise. I know I've seen you in the Train or Flobberdosh's stream as well a couple of times. I believe anyway. And that they helped so much. And then suddenly you get that little boost, like, because you were playing online with someone as well, weren't you? I don't know if it was another streamer. There's going to be, as I said, only about 5 or 6 people that have actually followed for more than 3 months. And only one of them ever comes in. So but our fishing is going well. And I missed that one, didn't I? Of course I did. Okay, well I think that's broken the chain. Okay, we'll go back. We will return here later. This one. Back to our nickets. Okay, nothing there. Yeah, I haven't put much into the bells and whistles of commands yet. To be honest, I've done the basics like the socials. But we haven't really put much into anything else yet. It is difficult because you don't want to set too much up too early because you're not really like... I'm still very early on in the journey, so there's not much... If I turn around at the end of the month and get a bit tired of doing it, I would have wasted time on that. I want to wait till we're fully comfortable to go longer and more often before we put anything else in. That's the main thing. I don't know if I need to set watch time up or not. Like, apart from like that community game, we haven't really done much. Oh, and Nightbot to stop you spamming the emotes for too long. But the main goal was to probably find ourselves our own little Pokemon community that want to play games together, like shiny hunting and stuff. That was always the main goal. And like some of the strangest ones I've had is, like, I always say the same thing, is Scarlet and Violet is very difficult to be noticed in. So I found I was found more in Legends Arceus than anything else. But then our random, like, I did one random shiny hunting a Sardom thing, evening session on this, and that was one of our busiest streams. And it was only meant to be like an hour, and we were in there for nearly 3 hours. So that was good. It all sort of falls into timing, I think, is the best way to put it. Sometimes it just all clicks. No Psyducks for you. That's not the Zigzagoon. I think it's only on your stride of it. Because all I get is voices 20 faint. But because you had it at the beginning of your time on it, it probably keeps it. If you refresh the stream, it will go. I'm imagining that's how it works. But as we said, it's sort of all about finding our place and getting a bit more consistent. Like, consistency is always the key for discoverability, I find. If you're on the same time, people know you're going to be there. If I pick to go 12 o'clock today, 3 o'clock tomorrow, 5 o'clock the next day, without a schedule, people will be, well, what time am I going to watch you? And if you're not, like, I watch some of the other people with really, really small. Well, I get it all filtered on one of mine. I don't even know if Nightbot still works on mine anyway. But I've watched people that do exclusively 2 hours, about 6 till 8. And that's it, they do 2 hours twice a week and they have the same people in every time. Maybe Nightbot just broke for everybody, it just needs reconfiguring. Because it's different because when I look at this screen over here, I'm watching it in mod mode, so I see what everyone puts whatever. But on this side, I'm watching it as a viewer. I think the limit was 10. Exactly 10. But as we said, they're not really emotes, you're just typing. You're not actually putting an emote in. Or it's not reading an emote, it's only reading text at the moment. If you try and do 10 of the ones that you still have, then see what happens, but at the moment you won't see. As I said, it's not working. For me. So I think because you started the stream with them and lost them as the stream went on. Yeah, that's what I mean, because they were on when you switched your Twitch on to watch. Put 11 in, see what happens. Yeah, that one shows up, but the other one doesn't. But because you were still subscribed when you started watching today, it's going to keep everything you've got until you refresh. Or if you close the app and reopened it, you would lose them. That's how I believe it'll work. But then it may also try to just do it all because you've sort of tried to sub but not subbed. It's got a bit probably confused. See, Nightbot does still work. I think I set it up so 10 is your maximum. Because at the beginning we only had it as free. That's the thing. As I said, this screen is watching you in mod mode, which is very confusing. It depends what it's not working on. See, I can do this to you and just delete things. In this mode. See? That's what I mean. It was because you were subscribed when you switched on. It was working, but because the sub ran out. Because I think you probably subscribed at the beginning of a session, didn't you? If I'm not mistaken. So that sort of wiped it off. Well, you still have the Bulbasaur. You've got all of the Squirtles from Sarah's if you want other Pokemon. But I don't know what other ones you've got. Because as we said, we decided to just get randomly subbed people. So you get all the Squirtles. For pretty much a month now, won't it? Because it was only a couple of days you got the subscription. The only other thing you've got to remember is the channel points are going to go up a lot slower now. So there's no more spamming. Or less, shall we say. So you can pretty much do all bar about 3, can't you? And I probably need to switch a couple of them off as well. But the Joe Hendry one worked and didn't get copyright checked, so that was good. Checking through all the ones that will and won't get copyrighted is the most annoying. The reality of today is I don't think we'll go past 2 o'clock. Which is still like a good nearly 2 hours on this game. I just hope that it's worked this time. Last time we came in this game I pressed record and it didn't work. But it has worked this time. Where is the mouse? So I could put the VOD up of this last time we were in this game. Nothing happened. It's not as bad. I have to be extra careful now because the mouse I use plays up a lot. You still run out of balls in that game, Cam. I think it's also glitched because I think I tried to buy like 100 great balls and it didn't register it. Or I misread how much I have. Because I was learning the other day, or yesterday, that there's certain events on if you... Each day there's sort of a challenge on there to do a certain amount. So That's how you can get some of the bonus ones, but that might be why we've got some other ones. I think somebody said you had to do 5 great balls in a row to get a chimchar, I think it was, and if you caught 20 in the day you might get a sandy shocks. So there are little bonus things apparently you can do in that game, which I didn't know about. I don't know whether it's just ignoring you or not. Whether it just doesn't want you to catch anything. Because it seems to be after you a lot. Maybe we'll start getting you some real ones to catch. The question will be, will we get a shiny today? Is it possible to get a shiny today? Yeah. There we go, we'll put a poll up so people can have a little vote. They can put some channel points on it, Kim. See whether you have faith or not. If we catch one in the next 2 minutes, it will be a problem. Yampa wants to say hello. I will have to see how many people voted for and see whether you put all 4,000 on. We might as well try some of these, see if people want to bet with channel points. Everybody has faith today, which is unusual, because they've watched this game and learnt that we have never got a shiny. And we'll also learn how to pay them out as well, let's be honest. We're nearly finished the timer. Let's see how well things have gone. I didn't expect to have many votes on it, but it was worth a try for something different. Does it tell me how many points were in there? That was a poll, not a prediction, wasn't it? We'll do them properly next time. My bad. At least for teaching the art of not gambling. That's the important lesson, right? No gambling. Ziggy. God. Oh, I needed to see whether she's got your Velto for me. Oh, yeah. Shiny hunting going well. Catching shinies all the time in this game. Got hundreds, thousands of them. I know that when this game first came out, everybody struggled with the shiny hunting because it was sort of not quite right. Or nobody quite understood how to do it. But over the years, they adapted and learned. But by the time they finished learning outside of breeding, everyone had either got bored of it or done it all. Which is why we're back. Because we were late to the party. Very late to the party, shall we say. But we've said when we first played this game, all the DLC was released, so we missed all of the event Pokemon, like the Zeraora and Zaru we never got. If a bit like how we've had the Iron Leaves and Walking Wake, I made sure I got 4 or 5 of them, just so I could have a couple of spare ones. As we said, we're going to go to about the hour and we'll stop today. It's fun because I always talk about going for longer and then suddenly I'm stopping before the 2 hour mark. But you know, I might actually just throw caution to the wind and end with a completely random DA today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go see whether she's got what I need. Last time it was one of the Lake Guardians, I think. I think it updates daily. I might be wrong. Do you have anything nice? Oh, I have futuristic shades. I don't need them, I've got the best shades in the game. Okay. You're just telling me advice and I don't like this. Nice. Are you using Stream Elements or Stream Labs? What shall we... I'm just going to go for the Larias because then I could potentially have a dark type. I thought I'm gonna do this to end today. A solo one on a Larias and see if I can pick something good. I've had a few hiccups with trying to get it to work the way I want it to, shall I say. So I was trying to do the connection. Yeah, I was trying to do the connection. So when I first did it on OBS, I was clicking just like before you stream, you can go through everything, test it all out, and it was working fine, but now it seems to be a bit of a hiccupy. Like my follow thing goes a bit weird. But hopefully on if you're on OBS, if you go to the Stream Elements one, let's just knock this thing out quickly. If you go to event on Stream Elements on OBS, go to Event Emulator. You should be able to click the follow and see if it works. So just say I can do it on here, it doesn't matter too much. So if I just click followed, you'll see it show up like that. So whatever you picked should work. That's not what I was saying. Mine's a bit broken. It goes on a bit longer than it probably should. But that's the best way to test it for me. I always find I tend to do that before I come on. Just go through all of them just to see what they look like, make sure they're all working. Part of my very organised state of it. I'm a very organised person. So yeah, that's just how I've planned a lot of my stuff. I do like a little pre-record and then listen back, make sure the mic's good, make sure the game isn't too loud and everything, and then hopefully it all works. Because one of the first ones I did, because Legends Arceus, you kind of want it a little bit noisier due to you want to be able to hear this shiny noise. That's actually a good one to go for, isn't it? Probably not for me, but I thought I'd just go through one, see if there was anything dark in there, because I was getting a little bit annoyed. We weren't getting very much. But I'm literally just doing one and that's it. Because I know I can get a few of the dark types that are limited in here. Sort of like I can get a Feeble, a Alolan Persia, Sharpedo, but I just thought I'd give it a go. I wanted to see if the lady would have Yveltal as well, but she didn't. So yeah, that was pretty much the reason. I really shouldn't have picked this one. It's good for the final because we're doing Latias, but you have to remember I've also got the animations off, so it's very quick. I love the animations being off in these. Yeah, now that's what I was hoping. I can't get Guzzlord yet. I literally have to have someone help me with that path. But otherwise, I was hoping I might get lucky with Yveltal, but it's probably the Shield exclusive knowing my luck as well. I can never remember which way around those two are. But I just like how quick these can be when you've got no animations on. Like, you know how joyful it is, how quickly that you can get through them. As I said, I used to record all of mine just to see what we were getting. Just for like, I don't even know why I did it. I just felt like doing it for a while, so I could mark off all my shinies and all my different encounters and how many times. I would always pick random as well, so to see how often I would see certain legendaries. And that was not it's difficult because the first was always Suicune, isn't it? But after that it's a bit more random, I think. But I didn't really mind. It was something different. So, do I hope that somebody is smart enough to catch this? Can we put it in a hill ball? I might do it. Completely depends on how I feel when doing each series. Like, also depends how well the YouTube video does. So I might plan the next month, and then decide what I want to do. because like I'm not enjoying shiny hunting in this game as much as I probably would like to, and I want to try and only do the games that I can do a lot more shiny hunting in. So that's kind of where I am with what I want to do and where I want to go next. Oh, Kim missed the stamina. Probably not the best one to go for, but whatever. Where are we going to get? That's not good. Why am I the first one to get knocked out? That's the question. It's not going to be much help against the final one, so I need the dark moves. Oh, we get a crit. A little bit of health. Doesn't have levitate, that's good. Didn't come after me, which is also good. Actually, it's not good. It's interesting. Yeah, so I'm tempted to do Bug for April. Feel like that could be fun. And I think the only Bug's difficult because I don't really have a Let's Go save ready. That's the problem. I'm sort of stuck in the middle of which ones can't I catch per month. And so that's kind of why we're sort of stuck in the middle of what we're going to do next. I was tempted to maybe do the alpha decks for April. Which I think could be quite fun. But it would just mean only playing Legends Arceus. So, but the idea would be to literally get every single one as an alpha. But not the static alphas. And see how long it takes. And how many we could get. Like, we'll get shinies along the way as well, but I don't want to just shiny hunt, and I don't want to do permutations and all that. It would literally be go straight in, do start with 0 and see how many we could get. Like, we'll fly over massive mass outbreaks, but we probably won't do them. Especially unless we sort of make the rule that we can do the star ones only. But that's sort of something I was looking at maybe doing. But I was also looking at either a Nuzlocke or a Monologue. So they were my two main options, I believe, for the next month. I think they could both work. If we get the shiny, it's going to be very funny. But I do think if I did like a full-blown DA session as well, I could like get some good numbers into. Like, as I said, they'll always be open for people to join, and unless people play up, and then I'll probably just put the code in Discord or something. I think this is going to be a Deathless NPC one. What's going on? They're not usually this easy. Okay, there goes one. Wasn't Deathless. But at least we get 4 lives, right? That's the key thing. And it's a W. Much easier than I remember it being. Luxury bubbles, please. Please don't give us a yellow balloon. That's all we have to say. Pretty sure that's not shiny. And that isn't shiny. I can never remember what colour that was meant to be. It is shiny. Oh dear. We managed to get the shiny legend. Oh dear. That's ridiculous. That's the first DA I have done in about 2 months, and I walked straight into the shiny Latias. Wow. Was not expecting that. Oh dear. So I guess we'll take our friend home. Oh dear, one shiny. That's crazy. That is ridiculous that we managed to get that in one random go. It wasn't even meant to be doing DAs. We ran into the shiny Latios. Oh dear. You literally cannot write this stuff, can you, at times? That's pretty unbelievable to say that we spent all this time shiny hunting in this game and that's the shiny we get. I wasn't even sure what colour it was either. So. But that's a good way to end today. It really is. Oh. This game's causing me trouble today. Let's just finish this very quickly. I'm trying to clip this because I thought it was quite funny that we managed to get this. That didn't do that right. Why is that not done that right? Sorry about that. It's just very distracting that I managed to get a shiny and did not see it at all. But that's pretty much going to be it, because we have to end on a shiny, right? We can't do anything else. That's ridiculous, to be honest. It's just a bit of a wow. I'm a bit speechless that we got that off a random let's do a Dynamax adventure for fun, and we got the shiny, and it was what, one death in the whole thing. Just pretty good too. That's strange, but never mind. So thank you to everyone who came in. I will probably be back with Legends Arceus tomorrow. So I'm going to go and enjoy my shiny some more, and I hope some of you get some luck. It's just a shame it wasn't a dark type, let's be honest. But have a good rest